everyone, this is Mary, and today I'm going to share with you how to create these fabulous little mini book charms. They are super cute and can be made out of practically anything. I mean, literally the sky is the limit, so let's get started. For your cover, you're going to want to cut your material to 2.5 by 4 3/4 inches. And for this particular mini book, I'm using grunge board, so it's a very rigid material. I'm actually scoring with my X-Acto knife in this case. If it's a softer material like cardstock, you will not have to use your X-Acto knife, just use a stylus or a bone folder. I'm scoring at 1.5 and at 1 3/4, and then I'm going to score a couple times in between those two marks. You'll see in a second I have a close-up and it'll show you why. And then you're also going to want to score at 3.5 and 3 3/4, and then a couple times in between those two marks as well. And here I am reinforcing my scoring. This is going to help the book stay bent. And here you can see that I've done several scores in between my two original score lines that I gave you measurements for. I kind of wanted to give my book a bit of a distressed look, so I decided to cut a bit of a wavy line around the edge. This is definitely going to give it a more well-loved look. And here you can see the edge completely cut all the way around. To add some color, I'm going to spray a bit of spray ink, and because both sides are going to be visible, I'm going to make sure to color up both sides. And to highlight the embossed areas, I'm going to gently rub my StazOn pad over. This will hit all the high points and make my embossing really pop. And here you can see the completed cover. For your inside pages, you're going to want to cut your cardstock at 1.5 by 3 inches and fold in half. To bind your book, take your paper piercer and poke a couple holes in your cover. I just eyeballed it. And then take your internal pages and line them up and poke through carefully. This will ensure your pages match up exactly with your cover. Now take some embroidery floss and a large needle and thread it through the holes you've created. You're going to want to go through your cover and each of your pages and then back out the other side. To secure the binding, tie several knots in your floss. 3 or 4 should probably do the job. And then you're going to trim off your excess floss, and as added insurance, I've added a touch of glue to the knot. This is not coming out. And here our book is completely bound. To install our jump ring, we're going to need to set a couple eyelets. Now the grunge board is probably thick enough it could go without, but I like the finished look. Install your eyelet on the back cover. This way it'll hang properly when you put it on a chain. And here I'm setting one for the closure. Now thread a couple feet of craft lace through the underside of the eyelet on the front and through the loop. This is going to be our closure. Now I'm adding fabric accents to the edges of my book, and notice that I am only adding glue to the non-scored portion of the book, just at the beginning and the end. If I were to apply the glue over these scores, we would lose flexibility and it'd be a little more difficult to open and close our book. If you're going with an all fabric cover, make sure you apply your fabric in this manner over the edges as well. And here is our completed book. Thanks for joining me.